What's going on YouTube? You're watching Fixed by Shaq, and in today's video I'm gonna show you how to fix your iPad if it's not charging at all. You may be in a situation where you're stuck in here on the screen which shows a red dead battery and trying to charge but it's not turning on, or you may be in another situation where your iPad may be turned on but it's simply not charging. I'm gonna show you how to fix this problem in this video, but it's very important for you to follow the steps in the specific order that I'm gonna show them to you. I've made a video in the past showing how to fix your iPhone that wouldn't charge, and that video got me more than 3 million views. Now this is an update version of the video, but for iPad models and much recent iPad models as well. Hey, my name is Shaq, and in this channel I do cover a lot of tech hacks and tutorials, so if you're into tech content, consider subscribing here to the channel. It really helps me out. Now jumping straight into today's tutorial in here, we're gonna start by double checking here our charger. That's the very first thing that we need to double check and ensure that it's working fine. Now you want to inspect your charger in here. You probably have a cable as well as a dock or a receiver in here, which is also known as an adapter. So you want to replace one of these in order to see which one is faulty, okay? So try using the whole charger on a different iPhone or iPad to see if it charges, and if it doesn't charge, try replacing the cable and connecting to the same dock, or replace the dock and connecting to the same cable just to test it out to ensure that the problem doesn't lie here on our charger. You also want to inspect the cable to see if you do not have any loose wire here throughout the path of the cable. It's very important to ensure that your charger is working fine. Now, if it charges on a different iPhone or iPad, you want to see how quick the charger is, because if the other iPhone is already turned on, it may be giving a signal of charging while it's charging very slow, that it's not enough to turn on your dead iPad, okay? Because if your iPad is turned off, in order for it to turn on, it needs a specific minimum amount of boost in terms of power supply in order for it to turn on. It's different than charging a turned on iPad device. Now, once you are sure that the problem doesn't lie on your charger, or if checking your charger didn't help fixing the problem, we're moving into the next step in here, where we need to check and inspect our charging port and see if we can clean it properly. So in this step, we're gonna put our iPad or iPhone upside down, and you may be in a situation where you have the lightning port, or you may be in a different situation where you do have a Type-C port like this one, which is the one used in much newer iPad models and iPhone models. I'm gonna show you how to clean your charging port in both of these scenarios. So let's start with the lightning scenario. If you are having a lightning port, you're gonna need a toothpick, okay? It's very important for you to do this with a toothpick, because toothpick doesn't conduct any sort of current, and this will not create any sort of short circuit here within your charging port. So all you want to do is take one toothpick real quick, there we go, and then you want to insert the toothpick in here and do this movement. You're going to insert it here on one side and ensure it touches the end, okay, the end of the charging port, which is something like a wall. So you want to insert, and then you want to move it to the left and then remove it, okay? So this is the movement: insert, remove, insert, remove. So you want to perform this movement for approximately 2 minutes to one side, and then you want to do the same on the opposite side, okay? You want to flip it to the other side and then perform the same movement, okay? Now this will help cleaning your charging port. In most cases, you may be having a lot of lint in here because your iPad may be exposed to dust, and it may attract a lot of lint and dust. So it's important to do this step actually every 6 months. That's my recommendation to clean your charging port. Now, if you have a Type-C port in here, the way you're gonna use to clean it will be a bit different. You're gonna need a toothbrush, but it needs to be a dry toothbrush and a clean one, okay? So here we go. I've got this toothbrush in here. We're gonna put our iPhone upside down as well, and then you're gonna insert it in here and then perform this movement. Insert this movement, insert this movement. So you wanna do this for approximately 2 minutes to one side, okay? Ensure that it's getting in and removing, and if it's a soft toothbrush, much better. So you want to remove as much dust as you can. 2 minutes to the left, and then again other side. We're going to perform the same movement in here. You want to remove as much dust as we can in here from our charging port, because this may be the reason why it's not charging. It sounds silly, but it really helps out. This could be the problem. Now, once you're done cleaning your charging port, what you're gonna do next is try charging your iPhone by connecting the charger back into the iPad or iPhone device device and check if it does charge. You want to keep it charging for approximately, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes because it has been turned off for a long time, and then you want to see if it solves the problem or not. Now, if this doesn't fix the problem, we're moving into the next step where we're going to perform a forced restart here on our iPad device. So all you want to do is simply connect your charger into your iPad device, keep it charging for 10 to 15 minutes, and next up, you're going to perform a forced restart. If you have an old iPad like mine with a physical home button in here, in order to perform a forced restart, all you need to do is press and hold the power button along with the physical home button. Press and hold both of the buttons continuously and do not let it go. Once you see the Apple logo, you're going to release both of the buttons and let it turn on normally. So this can help fixing the problem in some cases. Now, I'm going to show you how to perform a forced restart if you have a much newer iPad model without the physical home button in here. Now, if you have a much newer iPad model, I'm using my iPhone just to showcase because the process is the same. If you have a much newer one without the physical home button, in order for you to perform a forced restart, you want to keep it charging for 10 to 15 minutes. And next up, you want to rapidly tap on volume up, down, and then press and hold the power button continuously. Do not release the power button until you see the Apple logo, and then you're going to release the power button and let your iPad turn on normally. And this should fix this annoying problem on a much newer iPad model. Now, if none of this helped fixing the problem, we're going to check for jammed buttons here on our iPad device. Now, when it comes to checking for jammed buttons, you want to see if your button is working or not. So you want to tap simply here on this button, keep on tapping like this, okay, several times, and see if it actually fixes the problem. Because the button may be jammed. It may be in a situation where it's always pressing or it's not even getting into the point of the motherboard that turns it on, okay? Now you wanna do this here, and then you wanna do the same here on your home button. Because if you have a jammed home button, this may be interfering in the process of turning it on, or it may not allow you to perform the forced restart. So once you're done doing that, you wanna perform the forced restart one more time, or the volume up, down, and then the power button if you have a much newer iPad without a physical home button in here. Now, if this didn't help fixing the problem, just keep it charging for 30 minutes after all these workarounds we've done in here, and your iPad may already be fixed, but it needs time to charge because it was on a deep sleep. So simply keep it charging for a long period of time and see if this helps fixing the problem or not. Now, if this doesn't help fixing the problem, unfortunately, you would need to actually change your battery because the problem most likely will be related to your battery. And in order for you to do that, you would need to approach an Apple service center in order to ask them to replace your battery, or a repair shop, which is a good one with experience, in order to not damage your iPad device. I hope this video really helped you out, and if you find my content useful, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and like the video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.